Her whole thing is, I get so drunk, I don't remember who I slept with. Oh my gosh, look at me, my diaphragm fell out. That's pretty much her shtick. I think she can be funny sometimes, but that is her bit. That's her act. It's like Senior Wences, only it's a vagina. Did this thing on Amy Schumer last week in the rape situation of social justice warrior leftists who are encouraging rape culture by being complicit with the hashtag movements and not notifying the proper authorities. I think somewhere in there, I may have taken some jabs at Amy Schumer's physical appearance.
That's surprising. That doesn't sound like you.
It just doesn't sound like something I would do at all. And so I got some comments and emails saying, hey, why do you feel the need to slut shame or fat shame? Why do you do this with your audience? Here's the thing. There is no slut-shaming culture. There is no fat-shaming culture. People need to understand this. They throw it out there because you make a joke about Lena Dunham being unattractive and fat. The reason someone might slut-shame Amy Schumer, remember she got so mad when a fan came up and took a picture, said, hey, spent the night with Amy Schumer, but that's not the first time she heard that. And she's going, how dare you call someone you don't know a slut? It's not slut-shaming. It's a reaction from the public to someone who has made their entire living off, set your stopwatch, someone who portrays himself as a slut.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Her whole thing is, I get so drunk, I don't remember who I slept with. Oh my gosh, look at me, my diaphragm fell out. That's pretty much her shtick. I think she can be funny sometimes, but that is her bit. That's her act. It's like Senior Wences, only it's a vagina. That's Amy Schumer's bit. Do you know Senior? You don't even know Senior Wences. So it's a reaction by someone saying, okay, you're portraying yourself as a slut. This is your shtick. I'm going to go along with it. And now I'm annoyed with the sluttiness. You don't get to be offended that someone thinks you're slutty. Lena Dunham. Lena Dunham has openly talked about and has stood before dozens, let's be honest, maybe not thousands, and has said, our show was designed to I really want to push this idea, the boundaries of what people think is traditionally beautiful. Okay, do that. But you don't get to be offended when people have the gall to insinuate that you are not traditionally beautiful. Or like a Tess Holliday. Remember that oversized model who we talked about?
Oh, Lord. Can't forget.
I don't dislike fat. This isn't fat shaming. It is a reaction to someone demanding that you praise their body. Saying, hey, look at me. I am proud of my body, and people saying, well, maybe you shouldn't be proud of your body. It's a reaction to you making a living off of your body. This isn't, if Amy Schumer were your barista at Starbucks, right? You wouldn't walk up to her and go, listen here, you little Stay Puft Marshmallow looking whore. You wouldn't do that because you don't know her. But if she was at Starbucks saying, oh my gosh, I slept with a bunch of guys last night, testing out material, you'd probably say, hey, my barista's kind of slutty. I never knew that about my barista. I don't know if I want her touching my cold brew. Same thing with Lena Dunham. Listen, by the way, with Lena Dunham, my criticisms with Lena Dunham are not based on the unkempt, self-admitted, filthy exterior.
Part of your body, of your soul.
It's everything that's inside. It is the soul of Lena Dunham that I have a problem with. It's just easy to also, it happens to be wrapped in a package that's...
It's all disgusting.
Well, none of it is good. And here's the deal. What really bothers me with the slut-shaming and fat-shaming thing. Just because you feel as though you're a more victimized class, you don't get to have the corner on it.
Help! I'm being repressed!
So a good example is I was just at a mall recently. Lane Bryant. They have one of these plus-size models now. And they have earn real women dollars. Clothes for real women is what they say. Don't act like you're not marginalizing people. So what are they saying with this? My wife's not a real woman. My mom's not a real woman. My mother-in-law isn't a real woman. Nearly every guy I know who's married to a real woman is in fact married to a figment of their imagination because these women aren't plus size. So they're simply deciding to discriminate against women who are smaller than them. By the way, while we're talking about that, I guarantee you there are more real women who are closer in size to runway models or fashion magazine models than Tess Holliday. And let's take it a step further. I guarantee you there are more real women within the proper perimeters of health closer to the size of more traditional models. Not saying that all women need to look like that, but you don't get to have the corner on victimization because you chose to be overweight.
I immediately regret this decision.
That's what bothers me about it. And when you make a career on it, it is totally fair game, and especially because we have an obesity problem and we have a diabetes problem in this country, I think when you cross that realm of health, it is within the fair boundaries of criticism. Something else. Same thing with diseases. We've talked about this. Listen, I'm sorry, mister, that you decided to have unprotected anal sex with bearded bikers in a truck stop and you got AIDS. That's horrible. I wouldn't wish it on anybody who has unprotected anal sex with bearded bikers in truck stops. I wouldn't. Between the dirty needle use. I watched Rent. I know what I'm talking about.
Will I lose my dignity? Will someone care?
But you don't get to have the corner on diseases. AIDS gets it's a disease that gets so much more funding than all of these cancers or type 1 diabetes that the kid didn't sign up for. Just because you scream the loudest, whether it's with dildos on campus or it's about being offended that someone insinuated you aren't good looking, doesn't mean that you deserve to have the corner on victimhood. People say, why do you double down on it? Listen, I'm not doubling down on it. I'm not doubling down on fat shaming or slut shaming. If you make a career off of it and you thrust it in front of people's face, you know what else I have a problem with? We wrote about this. Professional victimhood is America's fastest growing business. That's why you have Sean King and Rachel Dolezal competing to be black guys. Amy Schumer and Lena Dunham in female comics competing as to who was raped more but never came forward to the cops because it's the best way to get your name in the headlines in the absence of talent or wit. If you like this video, do not click the subscribe button below, my face, or the boxes next to me. If you do, you will be very sorry.